Hi everyone, welcome to Greekish Outdoors. Today we are looking at the WUBEN E7 multifunctional light. So stick around. So the WUBEN E7 multifunctional light. Now in the past I bought a WUBEN light myself, a torch, and I really liked it. And then out of the blue, WUBEN got in touch with me and asked if I would like to test out the E7. So they sent me this and a couple of other little bits and bobs to go with it. But although they sent it to me, I am going to give you my honest opinion. Today we're going to go through the facts and figures, we're going to test it out, and at the end I'll give you my conclusions. Anyway, let's take a closer look. So there's the box that the WUBEN light comes in. On the front you can see it says this is not a flashlight, this is WUBEN ECL, which is Easy Carry Light. On the box it gives you lots of information about the light itself. If we open it up, you get the instruction manual, you get the actual light, and you get another little box here. Inside this you get a USB-C charging cable, a wrist strap, and you also get 2 spare O-rings. In a second we'll do a walk around, but first some facts and figures. So the dimensions of this light are 60.6 by 24 by 28.1 millimeters. It weighs 80 grams with the battery, 54 grams without. The materials are a ADC12 aluminium alloy, and it contains 2 OSRAM P9 LEDs. It has 6 functions including low, medium, high, strobe, SOS and turbo. It comes with a 1100 milliamp hour battery, and that battery takes 2.5 to 3 hours to charge. If we go into the brightness, the high function is 400 lumens and will last 1.3 hours. The medium is 150 lumens and at that rate will last 4.5 hours. And the low is 5 lumens and would last 60 hours. The turbo function is 1800 lumens and will last a minute. If you want to compare the lumens to candles, it is up to 4356. The beam distance is 132 meters. It is shock resistant and therefore you can drop it from a distance of up to 1.5 meters, although obviously I wouldn't recommend that. The waterproof rating is IP68, which means you could keep it submerged up to 2 meters in depth for an hour. The version I have comes in black, but it also comes in khaki and green. Right, so let's do a walk around on this flashlight. It has, as you see on the back, a belt clip. So you can affix it to your belt or you can affix it to a strap on your backpack. It does have a charge indicator on the top with 4 different variations. A circle which is half illuminated red means there is approximately 15% battery life. A circle which is fully coloured red means there is between 40 and 15% battery. A circle which is half illuminated blue means there is between 40 and 90% battery. And if the circle is fully blue, that means there is greater than 90% battery available. Now the charging point, which is covered with this rubber seal, is USB-C. The battery is located in the base. If we unscrew the end, then you see that the battery can be removed. However, the battery is charged within the torch itself. If we tighten that back up again, I can show you that the base of this light is magnetic, which means you can stick it onto a car bonnet, a car door, some metal shelving unit, something like that in case you need to be hands-free. It can be used with a head strap to make it into a headlamp. Now, WUBEN did provide me with this one. However, this is an optional extra. If you want this, it is called the P1 headband. The headband stretches and it is fully adjustable. To add the flashlight to the headband, you simply slide it through the ring attached, press down and you'll hear a click, and then you are ready to go. The flashlight can then be moved up and down to adjust it depending on where you want the light to point. They also sent me a battery extender. This is a tube which allows a larger battery to be added. Extra batteries are available on the WUBEN website. They range between 2,600 and 3,400 milliamp hours. Again, both extras. I think that with the battery extender, it does feel nice in your hand. It gives you a kind of extra handle to hold on to. You can also use the headband with this battery extender. I originally thought this would be too bulky and heavy, but actually it's very comfortable and it makes it even easier to adjust the angle of the light beam. Just a quick break from this video to say thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so today. It really helped the channel out. WUBEN have given me some affiliate links to click on, which you'll find in the description of this video. It will cost you no extra if you are buying this lamp via those links. All that happens is WUBEN will give me a tiny percentage back, and that'll allow me to keep making these videos. Right, so let's check out this light to see how it performs at night time. From 0.5 meters away, we can see the wall is visible. If we up it to 150, a clearer still, not much difference this distance between 150 and 400. If we go further away to a distance of 6 meters, the 5 lumen light isn't visible at all. If we bump it up to 150, you can see the wall in the distance clearer. This of course becomes clearer still with 400 lumens on high. But then when you put it up to 1800 lumens on turbo mode, it's almost like you're in bright daylight. It is super bright. On the 1000 lumens strobe mode, we can easily see that flashing against the wall. The 200 lumens SOS, again, clearly visible from 6 meters away. Right, so now I'm at the beach. Let's test this light out in open country. So first, I'm going to put it on low. Can't really see anything on low. It's really for close-up work. Let's try it on medium. If I zoom at the ground, if I look up, in reality I can see much more than shown on the camera, maybe about 15-20 meters away. Then put it on high. Again, on the camera it doesn't really show up as much as I can see. If I put my head upwards, then I can see, yeah, maybe 30 meters away. Now let's put it onto turbo mode. I'm sure you can see that now. Probably not as clear as I can see it again, but there I can see, yeah, probably about maybe 100 meters away. Once we add the light to the head strap, it's very comfortable on the head. You can see me here. I will cycle through a couple of the different brightnesses, and when you have it on medium, high or turbo, it very clearly illuminates everything in front of you. It's also useful if you want to read in bed late at night and someone's asleep next to you. Bam, your own little personal reading light. Now I'm sure like me, most of you will be using this for things like camping or hiking, but of course with that magnetic base you can use it for all sorts of things, including maintenance, car repair, even a little bit of nighttime fishing. So you might think, okay, all good, but how much does it cost? Well, this flashlight on its own costs $29.99. If you want the optional extra headband, that is another $9.99. That is exactly the same price again if you want the extended tube to put the extra battery in. The batteries are also extra. It does come with a 1100 milliamp hour battery, which I think is good enough. However, if you do want the extra battery, you want the 18650 battery, and it comes in 2600 milliamp hours, 3100 milliamp hours, or 3400 milliamp hours. So overall, how would I rate the WUBEN E7? Well, as far as quality goes, it does feel tough, strong. That aluminium construction makes it feel like it will last the test of time. And the battery life is also excellent. I recently had a gathering at a beach and found that I was using this all night, even on that turbo mode, which is only meant to last a minute. I used it far more than that. And this little battery that comes with it was really, really good. Usability. Well, it takes a little bit of time to get used to that single button to cycle through all the different features, including the fact you have to press it twice quickly to engage the turbo, 3 times quickly to engage the SOS, 3 times again to switch that to the 3 times quickly to engage the strobe, and then 3 times quickly again to engage that SOS. It took a little bit of getting used to for me. It's also a little bit more difficult to cycle through the different modes when you're using it as a head torch. However, once you get used to it, it is very, very logical. As a headlamp, it's very comfortable. I can't comment what it's like with the extra weight of the larger battery. With the smaller battery and even with the extra tube, I've tried that on, it feels completely fine. It doesn't dig into your head. That band is nice and soft, but also it feels like it'll last a long time too. With the headlamp, using it with that clip on your backpack, on your belt, using the magnetic part at the bottom to connect it to the bonnet or something else metal, is a very useful hands-free light too. Are there any downsides to this lamp? Well, apart from the little bit of getting used to the functions on the single button, the only thing I can think of is the fact it doesn't have a red light mode. I find that a red light mode is quite useful, especially if you're camping in a secluded place and don't want to attract any attention to you from animals or people, but it's a very minor thing. If we talk about value for money, then this little lamp with the head strap at less than $40, sometimes a lot less than $40 depending on what offer WUBEN have got on, I think is excellent. Mainly because it feels so tough, the light is extremely bright, and it really competes well with other lights on the market, including cheaper brands like Nature Hike and more expensive ones like Petzl and BioLite. If you start adding the larger batteries, then of course the price will go up, but even with the largest battery, this will come in about $69, which still puts it cheaper than a lot of the Petzl or BioLites out there. Overall, I think it's a really, really capable light, and I'm very impressed. I know it was given to me by WUBEN to review, but as I said, I have used one of their products which I purchased myself in the past, and it just feels tough, and it's very easy to use, and to be honest, this has become my main headlight when I'm out and about. I've also used it in the house, at my office. As I said, I used it at a beach party recently. It has been a very, very useful light so far. I also have to say that even though WUBEN gave me this light and also gave me some affiliate links, which as I said are in the description of this video, they didn't request anything specific for this video to be. They basically didn't request any prior approval. They didn't state that there are things I could and couldn't say. They just wanted to know when the video will be released. To me, that shows a really good company, that the fact they're willing to trust their product and allow me to give an honest review. Anyway, that was the WUBEN E7. As I said, a cracking little light. Let me know what you thought of this in the comment section below. I do hope you'll click on the links in the description, even if you just want to check them out further and check out some of their other products online. They have got a variety of torches and lights out there which will suit your need. And in my honest opinion, because I'd tell you otherwise, I actually like the company. For me, it kind of reminds me of my relationship with Nature Hike tents, in the fact that they're reasonably priced, good quality, and last a long time. But that is the WUBEN E7. I just want to thank WUBEN again for sending me this light out to review. But for now, thanks for watching, take care, much love, see you next time.